Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top curly hair accessories. So there's a few different curly hair accessories that I use on a daily basis and some that I use less frequently, but they are still just as important at helping me maintain my curls. I'm not saying that you need to go out and buy all of these accessories. These are just things that I have found help me maintain and look after my curls. Some of the accessories have been gifted to me, others I have bought with my own money. I figured I may as well start with the things that I use every day. So first up is the silk pillowcase. Feels really nice to lean on. I might just lean on it for the rest of the video. So the silk pillowcase, I have spoken about this in a previous video. I spoke about it in my sleep routine video. I sleep on a silk pillowcase every single night. There are various types of silk and satin pillowcases, different price levels. This one is from Bouclem, but as I've mentioned before, I have a few different silk pillowcases. The first ones that I ever bought were actually these ones. It's inside out, from My Case Silk, and they have silk on one side and cotton on the other side, so they are a really affordable option if you want to get something a bit cheaper if it's the first time that you're buying one. You can also get satin pillowcases, which are again cheaper than silk pillowcases. I personally find a silk pillowcase works wonders for my curls. It really stops them from drying out overnight. Cotton pillowcases can dry the hair out and they cause friction and frizz and knots and things, so this really does help. Plus they're great for your skin as well. So accessory number 2 is something else that I use every single day of my curly life, and it is the Invisibobble. So with the Invisibobbles, you can either get the branded actual Invisibobble real ones, or you can get the fake ones as well. I have both. There's not too much of a difference between the two. However, I would say the real ones are a lot stronger. I've never broken a real one, but I have broken many a fake one. I think these are about £4 for 3, something like that, and these are like £1 for like 8 or 10, something like that. So these are absolutely fine. They're just kind of like a plasticky, they don't tug on the hair, they don't cause kinks in the hair where you've had a hairband in, so they're really good. They enable you to loosely tie your hair in a pineapple. Next up is another accessory that I use every single day, and it is hair clips. So I use these smaller ones to clip the front section of my hair in my pineapple at night, and also it works as a really just quick hairstyle, quick and easy hairstyle. I do that quite a lot, just simply clip the front bit up, because quite often my front section and parting does not play ball. So these are really great for that. These ones I just kind of scoop the whole bit up and clip it if I'm working and I need to concentrate. Does anyone else have to like have their hair out of their face when they concentrate? Like, I can't focus on writing unless my hair is out of my face. So yeah, these are really great. These, I honestly just get these from Primark. I'm not sure what the alternative is in other countries, but I get them from Primark. These are like £1 for 3, something like that, and these are like £1 for 6, something like that. But you can also get them on Amazon, so I'll leave some links below to similar options. Okay, next up is the spray bottle. So I have a couple of different ones. These are the two that I use mainly. These were both actually gifted to me, but I have another one that I bought on Amazon, but it's so old now that it's just fallen to pieces. I've had it for so long. So these two are the ones I'm using at the moment. This is from Curly Girl Movement, and it's really good because it's kind of like a travel size. You can see the difference in size between this one and a regular one. So this would be really good if you are going away and you want to take a travel bottle with you, or if you've got a sizable handbag and you want to take it out shopping with you or to work. And this one is from my hairdresser, Curl Talk. She has brought out her own line of accessories, so this is really, really good. I just love them. These are called Flairosol spray bottles, so it's where they spray like a fine mist on the hair. Ugh. Instead of like a harsh spray which can cause frizz. These finely mist the hair, and it doesn't get like one section of the hair soaking wet. It kind of evenly distributes the mist, and also it's really easy on the wrists. like when you have the other spray boards and you have to constantly repetitive strain injury. So yeah, these are great. I use these to refresh. I use these to add water to my hair when I'm applying products. You can see that in my bounce curl video. Just great accessory. Okay, next up is something that I get a lot of questions about on this channel and on my Instagram, and it is my diffuser. I use the Xtava Black Orchid diffuser. This is absolutely massive. I mean, look at it next to my head. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But it's so good for long hair. I've got a lot of hair. It's very long, so it just really helps me. It helps cut down my diffusing time. I can fit a lot of hair in here and I can get right up at the root. I like that the prongs come out so I can kind of lift it up at the root. So it helps give me root volume and definition as well. These are only available, as far as I'm aware, on the US Amazon. That is where I got my one from. At the time of purchase, 2018, I didn't have to pay customs fees, but I'm not sure if that has changed now, so please don't be mad at me if you end up getting a customs fee charge. I'll leave the link to the one that I bought below in the description bar, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's a really great diffuser. The only negative about this diffuser is that it is not universal, so it doesn't fit on my hairdryer. And if you have seen me use my diffuser in my other videos, and you will have seen that I had it taped onto my hairdryer. But since then, I have discovered an amazing invention, and it has completely upped my diffusing game, and that brings me on to the next accessory, the Nozzle Pro. So for those of you who are not aware, the Nozzle Pro is a new invention. It was created by a curly girl. It's just a simple silicone band that goes onto your hairdryer, and the other end fits onto your diffuser. Bear with me while I put this on. It's that simple. So it just fits onto the end quite securely, and it doesn't get hot either, so that's really good. It has little holes around the outside to let the air out. The Nozzle Pro was gifted to me very kindly by the founder, and I'm forever grateful because I love it. This has completely upped my diffusing game. I just think it's such an amazing invention, and it's just so simple as well. So if you have an Xtava Black Orchid diffuser and it doesn't fit on your hairdryer, I would really recommend this. I have had a few pop-offs where the diffuser pops off it, but I think that is when I've not had it on securely enough, or my diffuser head has got too hot. It takes me like 30 minutes to diffuse my hair, so you can imagine that it does heat up. And also, like, it's popped off when I've gone in and been a bit rough with it. I did ask the founder about minimising pop-offs, and she said that she has actually never had it pop off. So I actually think that is probably my hairdryer, because this is grippy, as is this. So this Nozzle Pro is grippy, my hairdryer is grippy, so they're kind of gripped to each other, and then this can slip off. But what I have found is, if I just make sure before every time I diffuse my hair, just give it a good twist, make sure it's in, then it doesn't fall off. I washed my hair today and it didn't fall off the entire time I was diffusing. And I did get in at the roots as well and give it a bit of a shake. So it's a really just great invention. What a good accessory. It's the accessory I never knew I needed. Well, I obviously needed it, but I never knew it existed. But now it exists. It's just like, it's destined to be. Nozzle Pro. Oh, and if anyone asks about my hairdryer, this is a really old Vidal Sassoon hairdryer. Whenever people ask me for tips on hairdryers, I always just say to make sure that it's got a few different heat settings and a low speed setting. So just make sure you've got low speed, a cool shot, and like a medium and a high heat. That's what mine's got. If it had three heat settings, that would actually be better, but I've had this for so long I don't even know if they do them anymore, so that's my hairdryer. Okay, so next up on the list is curl towels. So this curl towel is from Bouclem. If you've watched some of my other videos, you may have seen it make an appearance. This was actually gifted to me as well. I do create content for Bouclem regularly, so I'm lucky enough to be able to try out their products. I wouldn't say a curl towel is essential, but either way, don't use a regular towel on your hair. This is really good, it's really soft, it doesn't take too much moisture out of your hair. There's various hair towels that you can get, but this is just a good one that I like. This is a mix of cotton and bamboo, I believe. If you are a curly girl on a budget, I would genuinely recommend using a cotton t-shirt or a microfiber towel, but preferably a cotton t-shirt. I just find that t-shirts really just help to minimise frizz. They help remove excess water, but they don't remove too much, so your hair won't be dry, and that will help minimise frizz. So yeah, curl towels, they aren't essential, but they do help. Next up is the bonnet. I've got two here. This one is a small one from Only Curls. This featured in my nighttime routine video, and this one is from my hairdresser Curl Talk, and oh my gosh, it's just the biggest bonnet in the world. Look how big it is. I can't even fit on the screen. It's so big. So if you have a lot of hair, a lot of voluminous hair, then this could be the bonnet for you. If you don't have a silk or satin pillowcase, or you don't want to invest in one, then a bonnet is a great option. I usually just sleep on my silk pillowcase because I'm very lazy, but this is great for if you're traveling and you don't want to take a silk pillowcase with you, etc, etc. So next up is brushes. I don't use brushes too often, but when I do, these are the ones that I use. I will usually use a tangle teaser. This is a pocket size one. Oh gosh, it's got water in it and it's dripping. And also the Bouclem Tangle Slayer, I believe it's called. These are both great options for detangling hair. They detangle it without causing breakage, which is something we want when we have curly hair, because curly hair is very prone to knots. I've said this in many videos, but there is no way that you can prevent knots in curly hair. They are inevitable. I've got knots in my hair right now and I washed it today. Prime example. The hair is a winter twine, so it just happens. So when you do detangle your hair, you have to do it very carefully, and both of these are great options. Oh my gosh, every time I hold it up, I'm gonna stop holding it up. I've got a wet leg right now. See the water dripping? Ah, ew. Oh, my leg is wet. So as I was saying, when I do go for a brush, say my hair is really dry and knotty, I will use one of these or the tangle teas that I've just thrown on the floor. I only detangle my hair when it has got lots of conditioner in it, so either deep conditioner if I'm doing a pre-poo with deep conditioner, or as I condition my hair in the shower. So yeah, these are a great option if you are looking for a tangle teaser sort of brush. Next up is scrunchies. So I've got a few scrunchies. They're coming back into fashion, aren't they? They're just so cute. They're just really good at making a ponytail just look better. I dropped one. These are actually all gifted to me very kindly by brands. So this one is Corey Curls. This is a satin scrunchie. I really like this. It's an amazing colour. It's the aubergine satin scrunchie from Corey Curls. Vegan, and it goes with my ginger hair very well. This one is from Bouclem. This is not silk or satin, I don't believe. I don't know what material it is, but it looks cool and it goes well with my hair as well. And this is a silk scrunchie from My Case Silk. Again, a cute colour. This one I actually featured in my curly hair hairstyles video. And this one was gifted to me by a small Etsy shop called Little Fancies UK. I will put a link to all of them below. They're all really great. I just love them. They're all such cool colours as well. And they come in various sizes. So yeah, scrunchies are cool, aren't they? And they're another way of putting your hair up but protecting it at the same time. A silk scrunchie, for example, is not gonna snag at your hair, it's not gonna cause excess frizz. Okay, I think this is the final one. I've lost count, so I'm not entirely sure, But next up is the scalp massager. Now, you've probably seen this in some of my other videos as well. If you've watched them, they're really cheap. You can get them for like a couple of pounds on Amazon. I'll put a link to one in the description box, but you can also find one in my Amazon store. They're just really great at getting in at the roots without snagging your hair. The amount of times that I go to fluff my hair out and then I realise that I've got a hangnail or just like a little tiny chip in my nail and it just snags at it and then it pulls the hair apart from the curl clump. I mean, curly hair problems, am I right? This just really helps. It just gets up at the root, helps give you a bit more root volume. It's great for fluffing. So simple, yet so effective. So there we are. Those are my top curly hair accessories. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gave you a few tips on accessories that you can use for your hair. As I said before, please don't go out and buy them all right now. I think I've talked about each one and whether or not it's necessary throughout the video. So take from that what you will. These are just accessories that I know help me to maintain my curls and hopefully they help you too. So if you did enjoy the video guys, please feel free to give it a like, leave a comment and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.